Are we live now? I think we are. And if we are live, guys, I'm sorry because
Yep, we're live.
we're live, guys. I am seriously sorry for all the technical difficulties. I'm literally gonna sucker punch myself in the face because you have no idea how much stress we have to go through just to make these short little live streams. But we have our good friend Ant Invasion on today. Can we see you, Ant Invasion? Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. We're on. And after about 30 minutes of planning this out, we finally have everything sorted. First off, I just want to know, can you guys hear us? I'm pretty sure you can. Let me know. No, you can't hear us?
Oh, no.
Please tell me you can hear us, guys.
Wait, can they hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Comment down. Can you hear us?
Well, who can you hear Eli and James, or just Eli?
Can you hear us?
Or just James?
Can you hear us both, guys? I hate it when this happens. Yes, I hear you. Yes. Okay, I think everyone can hear us. I'm sorry about this.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So this really sucks because, as always, everything goes wrong. I want to come back to this later, but of course, we are joined with our good friend Ant Invasion, Eli. In other words, Eli, would you like to say hi to everyone on this channel?
What up, guys?
Yeah, so today we're kind of just wondering if we did like a little short live stream showing you guys all the crazy stuff that's been happening with our ant colonies. I don't know who wants to go first. Eli, do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Yeah, I don't really have many colonies at the moment to talk about, so go right ahead.
All right. Well, as you guys know, when I usually do these live streams, always at least one thing has changed, or I found one thing out. I think we might start off by talking about our newest ant colony. Yes, I don't think even Eli knows about this. We have a new ant colony, everyone. Looks like it's showing it. It is currently being housed in the Canada hybrid nest. And these are Camponotus or ventris. One worker sadly don't switch theirs. I tried to save them, but I didn't want to risk any more workers dying. There's the gorgeous queen. I'm gonna go get my macro lens, everyone. We're trying to make this the best quality we can make it. I do apologize for any difficulties, but I mean, we are gonna get better at this, guys. Get more prepared and everything, but yeah. So this is the Camponotus or ventris colony close. You see the queen, how golden she is and how gorgeous she is. She's really amazing.
Whoa!
Workers around there.
That is sick.
Yeah, you can see. Now, if you notice something, see how the queen is very golden, and all the workers are like kind of a blackish bluish. That the gold actually represents if the workers are full, which means they've eaten a lot. And what that means is the queen, of course, will be the most fed because she's the most important member. But when they aren't fed, they go in dark blue, which is seriously cool. And they do have a couple super majors in there. Look closely. But yeah, now I think the next one we want to talk about, you got the Camponotus iritis here. Seriously, so much happening with them. You can check in here. They have so many giant super majors. Like, look at that guy right there. There he is. He's absolutely huge. He's about 3 times the size of him. I thought like these super majors were like queens, but they're not. They're majors. And then here I'm feeding my ants a Tic Tac. And as you guys know, these Camponotus go all out when it comes to sweets and everything. So, you know, I'm just curious, like, how many queens are you currently keeping? Keep like a lot of queens at the moment, or not a lot?
Me?
Yeah, you keep a lot of queens at the moment, or not really?
Didn't quite get that.
Are you keeping, like, what kind of ant queens are you keeping at the moment, Eli?
I'd say about maybe 20 colonies.
Wow.
Well, 20 queens. Most Iridomyrmex, some Bignelli. I mean, some Pepperis, but most Bignelli. Then I have some other queens from John over at Airmate. Some Fidole queens. one got
Awesome.
absolutely annihilated by the other two. Actually, no, other three. Sorry.
Oh wow, really?
And then he sent me a mystery queen, which we don't know what it is yet, but
So it got.
it hasn't laid any eggs yet. So what was that?
Did the Fidole? So they killed each other.
Well, only one was killed, but then I moved them into a naturalistic setup, where all three of them moved in. But I've never seen them since. They've completely blocked off the entrance, and I was pretty concerned, but I heard something on the Facebook page where usually the first workers won't eat, but after a couple more, maybe 15 or so, they go ballistic for food. So I'll just have to wait until some workers emerge and then start foraging, and I'll feed them some chicken or something like that.
Cool. Now I wanted to talk to you guys about now the Dinosaurants. Now this is some sad news, and if you look over there, that is a dead Dinosaurant. There's 4 total have died today, and it's not like your typical like black crazy ants. Dinosaurants, like losing one worker is really bad because these guys are supposed to live for up to like 4 months or so, and you can actually see the greenhouse in an ants Australian nest, which they did really well in, but I just didn't think that this was the nest for them. Just all crammed in there, and when I was moving them out of their old setup, they were all crammed in there. So I decided to go for a naturalistic setup and wanted to try something that I've never tried before, something called a low top setup. I got this idea from someone who goes on the ant Singapore chat and the ant Facebook chat for Singapore, which has got a lot of members, and he gave me this idea to create this nest. He's a very experienced formicarium designer. Mine is nothing compared to his, which is like incredible, but I kind of whipped this up today to move them, and I'm just trying it with about 4 of the ants, and they're actually doing really well in there. And you can see the way this works is that it's basically a big plate, or you can use like a tank or something as long as it's low glass, and have something around it that's full of water. And the ants basically will see it as like a moat. And also other neighboring ant colonies won't come into this water or they'll just drown. So that's what I'm really loving about this setup, is that means these guys basically don't have to worry about any other ants attacking them. But sometimes if they do fall in the water, they may drown. So I might want to bring up the water level just a bit to make sure that they don't drown and they can get back onto the plate. But I think it looks really nice. It's got a little plant there that they like to climb on. But I'm quite proud of this, to be honest. Kind of got like a Japanese garden theme over here. But yeah, I'm very proud of this, to be honest. I will be moving this entire colony into there. Don't worry, guys. There will be an update on them very soon. And yeah, I also wanted to show you guys one more other thing. That if you guys were on our Instagram page, and check this out. All of that, this is my Camponotus colony, and you can see they have this giant tunnel. I want to get my macro lens, try getting some good shots of them, guys. But they have, I think, about tripled in population. I'd say about 1,000 workers now. Here we go. There we go. You see all the brood. There are actually a couple queen elates in there, which I can try and find, but they're very well hidden. You can see actually some of them eating a mealworm over there. But yeah, this colony's been doing seriously well these past couple of weeks of me keeping them. Like flawlessly, like look at all the holes and everything. Like those of you guys know that this colony has been doing really well. And then of course our trap jaws, but I did want to bring something up, guys. Quite a concerning matter to me. Nest, there are hundreds of males. I counted about 100 males in the nest. And this concerned me because this might mean that the colony has gone infertile, or the main queen layer has gone infertile. And the workers are laying eggs now, which could be very bad. Scared about that. So I've been feeding them a lot of protein. That was just from last night. I fed them a ton of protein. But yeah, it's really everything. Oh, check it out. Here's a male coming out of the nest. You'll see them actually flying up to the light in the middle of the night. They go crazy at the light. So I've only seen one queen elite come out recently.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
So wait, do the males have the large jaws like the workers?
No, they actually don't. The queen elites do. Well, what just happened there? No, they don't. Something's going on, guys. But the queens do have the large jaws, but the males do not have any jaws. They actually look like your typical kind of fire ant male, except their wings are very powerful. You can see some dinosaurs forming trophallaxis. I love these dinosaurs, guys. I'd be really upset if they passed away. So I'm doing my very best to keep them at the moment. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, this is pretty much everything that's been going down in my ant room. We also got all of our Ant Australia products, which we will be doing a review on. Of course, our Campanulus maculatus colony. They lost a leg from the queen lost a leg from a black crazy ant. That's pretty much it. That's everything that's happened, guys. I wish I could check the live chat, but I can't. I think you might be ending it.
Do you want me to read out some stuff?
Do you guys have any questions or anything? There might be a couple questions on there. Like, do you mind going to check that out for me?
Yeah, I'm just saying on it any questions, so
yeah, we'll see if
hopefully you send some through.
Yeah, just please repeat them again. I'm sorry, because it's always hard for us to do these live streams with a bunch of YouTubers and everything.
Okay, this is more of a comment, but Dirk Van Zyl said, I have a Camponotus maculatus colony. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but sweet. Awesome. Good job.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have the same species, Campanulus maculatus. They're gorgeous queens. Some cool ants, and they're actually also quite a bit rare, so if you do actually get your hands on them, that's awesome. I love this genus, so that's good for you, man.
Yeah, sweet. We have a question from your boy Nordic Ants.
Nordic Ants, hey!
He's keeping up with the Ants International's live streams.
That's awesome.
So his question is, how do I find a Dinomyrmex gigas queen?
I think you might be referring to Dinomyrmex gigas. Is that in Asia? I've heard of the genus.
I'm not sure.
The genus.
I'm not too familiar with these guys, so yeah, maybe you could try answering it.
I have heard of Dinomyrmex gigas. You might be referring to Campanulus gigas, but Dinomyrmex gigas, I don't know if they live in Singapore, to be honest. I've definitely heard of them before. They're quite a big genus. They're pretty similar to Dicama, green-headed ants, Myrmecia. They're kind of like those wasp-related ants. I've never really heard of them, to be honest. I don't know really where to catch them either. So, if you're referring to, my best guess would be to look under a piece of driftwood or rock. That's where you can find most ant species. I'm pretty sure they're similar, unless they have some sort of adaptation where they nest in tree bark or something like that. So, sorry, I don't really know.
Okay, yeah, I'm not too sure either. Sorry about that, Nordic.
Yeah, sorry.
But we have another question from Dirk Van Zyl again. Are you gonna start an ant store? Well, personally, I don't really have any plans to. Maybe quite a while in the future, but nothing really planned at the moment. So sorry about that if that's what you were wanting.
Well, to be honest, I don't really think I'm gonna make an ant shop. To be honest, I'd rather just do reviews because I don't have the access to resources or. I mean, the best things I could make would probably be acrylic nests, laser cutted nests, but even then, I'd pretty much be on that alone, maybe with a couple friends if I'm doing that, but they wouldn't be the best of products. And if I was to make a product, I want it to be the best quality, super easy to use, like that kind of stuff, and not expensive. So I just don't think I have the resources or money to do that for you guys, which I kind of feel bad about now. But definitely, I'd rather buy my products or get them sent to me because I do get a lot of products sent to me every once in a while, which is really nice. So, yeah, I mean, that's personally my opinion. You got any more questions?
Well, Atkins, he said, "Hey, ladies."
Hey, Nick.
What up, Nick? Yeah, Nordic said hi to Nick. Your boy, Nordic Ants. That's from Antmate. Great to see you here, Antmate.
I got a question for you, Eli.
Sure.
What would be your dream species to keep?
Like what? Within Australia or just any
Anywhere,
species?
Any species, anywhere in the world, any size. What would it be?
Oh, you know what? The honest truth is Fidole colony. Honestly.
That'd be actually pretty dope, to be honest. I actually quite love as well because of their majors and everything, right?
Yeah. And also as they act as repletes and stuff like that. But my main reason is I've gotten from Ants Australia. Seriously, his Fidole videos 2015, they were probably my inspiration to start ant keeping, and now I feel like keeping them. I don't know, they're just my dream species to keep a huge colony.
Check this out, Eli. I wanted to show you this. You recognize these?
That's sick. Sweet.
You want them, don't you? Oh, there's an Anitic over there. There's about 100 of those. Everywhere. I'm probably going to move them actually into a nice little small tank like I usually do.
Okay, James, we have another question.
All right.
I have a 3-queen black ant colony, and things on it are not going so well. So can you please help me? That's from the red.
Did he specify the species? Camponotus, Pontilanicus, or just black ants?
Yeah, that's the point. Maybe he'll respond a bit into the video if he's still here.
Like, I need to know a bit of the details. Like, is it hydration? Are you feeding them? It might be that them a bit, or you might need to water their nest a bit if that's just personal experience, or you're disturbing them too much. Like, that's probably the thing that I do to most ant colonies that makes them fail, is that I disturb them way too much. So just try not to disturb them.
Yeah.
Let them handle their matters their own way. So, any other questions?
Yeah. Well, Antmate, he said, I'm still low.
I'm sorry, guys. It's just shaky cam adds drama.
Yeah, small business going on. Nick said, "Hey, Nordic." Nordic said, "What up, Antmate?"
Basically, a big discussion.
What's the question? Okay, I know the answer to this one. And New Zealand. Here's a question: Who has the biggest colony out of you two?
Probably.
Obviously, James. My biggest colony of Polyrhacus. I released them to the world. That was my biggest colony, maybe about 75 workers, but I decided to keep them alive rather than keep them in captivity. So, sorry about that.
Actually, it's hard to tell, man, because the Camponotus, oh wow, they've actually started moving into the other nests. Check that out, guys. I did not notice that. That's really good. I honestly don't know how many workers there are. There could be anywhere from 200 to 1,000, from more than 200, my bad. Probably like 800 to 1,000. Like this colony might actually be bigger than the trap trolls. But the trap trolls, of course, they love their space. Just like the dinosaur ants, man. That's the hardest thing with these guys. They want so much room, but it's hard to give it to them. But yeah, I'd probably say myself. Any other questions?
Jockey Nerd said, I just received a Fidole big-headed ant with no workers and no formicarium. Should I be worried?
Just a queen or worker?
I mean, it depends. If it's a test tube setup, I honestly wouldn't be worried unless there was mold or something in there preventing her from laying eggs or she was unfertile. If there's eggs, then you're pretty much fine. You're all good.
Alright. I'm just gonna find some place to set this off. No more shaky time. Yeah, but any more questions?
Ants are great. He said, who has been in ant keeping for the longest?
Oh, that's a good question. Eli, when did you start? I've been doing it for a year, I think, now.
Well, I'm fairly new. I got interested about at the end of last year, and then caught my first queen in like maybe mid-January. And so, yeah, I guess you could say I started this year, like the very start of the year. So I'm actually fairly new compared to other people, so
Yeah,
I've got lots to learn.
For maybe now a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, definitely something like that. Apologize for the noise, everyone. I live with my parents and my brother, so they're very noisy.
Yeah, same goes for me. Okay, so we have another question by B hyphen MEISE. Hey, does any of you know if you can fly ants out of Australia? Now,
Guys, this is a very important thing.
my answer is no,
Don't
because
import
like
ants, guys.
say you
Not right.
say you brought bull ants out of Australia and started a colony, and they managed to have like a nuptial flight and managed to spread, then that could be a problem for any smaller species in your area or even in your country, and then that could just spread more, and then it's like myrmidons.
Yeah, like guys,
a very common species in Australia.
You're just endangering your ecosystem. Like, just don't do it. It's not right. Like, you guys might have done it in the past, and some of us might have done it in the past, but really, it's just not right. You're endangering your ecosystem. You could be potentially like ending species all over in your area. So just don't do it, guys. Like, if you look at the case of like yellow crazy ants and everything coming into Australia and like destroying wildlife and ecosystems, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Just don't import ants, guys. It's not right, and you're really just being selfish if you just want to import ants like that. Like, just don't do it, guys. It's not right. Just deal with the ants that you have in your area, and be thankful that you even have ants, because some people might not even have ants. You know?
Yeah. We have from Pan1C777.
Hey, panic.
Yeah. Well, he said Dinomyrmex gigas is Camponotus gigas.
Oh,
yeah.
Camponotus gigas. That makes a lot more sense. Like the ones with the red gasters. Yeah. I've seen those fellas before. They are giant. My advice to catching them, I've seen about 2 people catch them in Singapore in the past, and they are absolutely huge. They're like some giant tarantula ant. But my best advice is to look near lights after a very, very heavy rainstorm. And make sure you wait a couple of hours for it to dry out and go to the most powerful light you can find. And there's a chance that you might even find a male, and if you're extremely lucky, a queen Camponotus gigas. And finding them is not the hardest part, actually. It's raising them. And really, if you can even just find one, that's just insane luck. So, I mean, if anyone out here actually has a gigas queen, please send me some pictures, because they're some of the coolest ants out there.
Yeah, so aren't they the biggest species?
They are the biggest ants currently known in the world. Bigger than dinosaur ants. They're huge. Like, I remember walking in Singapore, and like I just remember seeing like 3 or 4 of them cross in front of me. And I was like, "What are those things?" And I thought they were like those giant ants from Indiana Jones. If you guys have ever seen
it.
I was kind of scared for a moment. I was like, "Oh my god, what are those?" But they turned out to be Camponotus gigas, and we're very lucky to actually have them in Singapore. But if you can find one, that is crazy. Like, honestly, they're the coolest queens ever. But they are Like anywhere you go, they're practically impossible to find. If you can find one, like consider yourself like #1 ant hunter in the world.
Okay, Nordic Ants said Canada when he had 5,000 subscribers.
I think
That's
that's
pretty good. That's actually amazing.
That's actually pretty. I think I followed him when he hit about the 30,000 subscriber margin. Yeah, I've been with him for quite a while now, but I mean, like, he's about to hit 1 million subscribers, guys. Which is honestly crazy how big the audience of ant keepers has gotten. Like, this is really good for me and Eli and every ant keeper out there, because it just comes to show how much like ant keeping has grown these past couple of years, which is really just awesome. And like everyone getting into the hobby, don't give up, even if you've only caught 1 queen. Like seriously, once you get really good at it, like there's all kinds of things like the GAN project where you can buy queens. It's just honestly just an incredible hobby. Like thanks to Ants Canada, there's just so many of us now who keep ants really. So
yeah. Nicholas Atkins asks, who makes the best nest design in the world? Straight up, this is like not biased whatsoever. This is my honest opinion. Definitely Ants Australia.
Yeah, like same with you, Eli. These guys are selling them for really affordable prices, but at the same time, incredibly great quality nests. Like I know a lot of people like out there like trying to get their hands on like a hybrid nest and everything. Like honestly, using the hybrid nest for those or Ventress, it's really hard to use actually with the glass and everything, and it's just super expensive. So I honestly, if I was ever to buy an ant product, like just straight up right now, I'd probably buy an Ants Australia nest. Like full honesty, guys, they're easy to use. They come in multiple sizes. They've been specially designed for ants of all sizes. Like straight up Ants Australia nest for the win. And then probably second place. It's hard because like I think Ants Canada's most popular products is the Omni Nest, but even then, they don't really have that in a small enough size for smaller colonies.
Yeah, that's my problem. They don't have any bounding, no small enough sizes.
Yeah, they don't actually, like a lot of people actually, if you think about it, barely have any giant colonies. So in second place, I'd probably have to see, say, Panic 777. Definitely, you can expand his nests. They're connectable. They're small. They've worked for that Camponotus colony that I'm keeping there, Camponotus maculatus, for a whole 3 months now. It was even able to defend them mostly from a black crazy ant invasion. So, I mean, honestly, that's the one I'd reach for if I went for second place. And third place, probably Ants Canada. Probably. So, yeah, I mean, Eli, what about you?
Well, second in place, well, I actually haven't really tested out any other nests, to be totally honest. I'd say second place, homemade. Because you can customize it however you like. Naturalistic setups, yeah, that includes naturalistic setups. Actually, naturalistic setups and Ants Australia's products are pretty much the top two. And they're my favorite in my opinion, because naturalistic, you can see them in their natural habitat and them digging. But again, in Ants Australia's nests, they've got awesome places that you can see them, like awesome viewing. No, it's just awesome, and the way they contrast off the white hong is like really pleasing.
The viewing of the ants in there is actually insane.
Yeah.
I've never had a clearer look at ants ever before in these nests. Like it's unreal.
Yeah. Okay. I think we have to answer these questions fairly fast because there is a load of comments.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like,
okay. Whoops. We blabbered on too long. Let's hear them.
Why isn't Ant Invasion moving his camera? Simply because I don't have much to show you guys, and yeah, that's it. And Sydney, I can't see anything on James' camera. Okay, ready?
Yeah, mine's probably. By the way, I'm just trying to move it, guys, to get good angles. Like I don't really want to have it stationary. Like I guess I could do just this. Yeah. Actually, wait a second. Look, I need to find a good angle. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Here, let's get the orb entrance. We gotta get them.
It's great. He says you're moving it too quickly, I think.
Yeah, that's. God dang it. My bad, guys. There we go. Just leave it stationary for a bit.
Nordic Ant said his channel voted him to get the Campus Gigas.
Uh-oh. Oh, I saw that poll. Oh, yeah, I voted for it. I voted for Trapjaws because, I mean, Trapjaws are, like, dope. Like, honestly, it's cool stats. If they did vote for Campus Gigas, I mean, it's going to be hard, man. But if you can do it, Matt, like, your fans, all of Nordic Ant's fans on this channel, by the way, go subscribe to his channel. If he does manage to find one for you guys, straight up, like, subscribe instantly. Like, you've probably got one of the best ant keepers right there, or ant hunters, if he can actually get his hands on one. It's crazy hard.
Yeah. Retro Gaming 123 says, can you please tell me what food a black ant, yes, the Western Australian ones eat? I'm not too sure what you're exactly explaining. I think you might be talking about oh, actually, that's the southern meat ant. Sorry. I'm not too sure what you're talking about. Maybe just try some honey. A couple of different meats. I find that raw mince actually works really well, and my Iridomyrmex bignelli absolutely love that. Same with chicken. They go crazy.
Yeah, so I think just really honey or any kind of insect or arthropod, any ant will eat really. Like, especially like Iridomyrmex or black ants, anything, they will eat it. They'll just devour it. So, any other questions?
I'm just going through. Well, there's quite a conversation going on in the comment section. The Australian black ants, commonly referred as bull ants, but they are not. And also, okay, I think you're talking about jack jumpers. I just got Ants Melbourne talking to me about that just before. I think they would eat like freshly killed horseflies. If you can find any of them, I always see pictures of them eating that. I've seen them eat wasps. I've fed a colony of them a dead wasp. So yeah, just anything. Not too big, not too small for them to take back to their nest, and just pretty much freshly killed stuff. Otherwise, maybe some protein honey, some honey mixed with a bit of protein powder. That should do the trick.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon because I actually have something happening soon. So I think we'll do last couple of good questions. Eli, if you want to try looking for those.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a pretty good one. Anthony New Zealand said, if you could take one of each other's colonies, which ones would you take from each other?
Oh, that's
well, James doesn't really have anything to take from me.
What would you go for, Eli?
Me, I'm sorry, James, but you're Trapjaws.
Nah, no joke. Oh, they're pretty crazy. Ooh, what would I take from Eli? I'd probably say Iridomyrmex. Actually, your meat ants. They kind of sound like really cool. I've actually seen a lot of videos on them, and I honestly wouldn't mind keeping a colony of them. I love fast-growing colonies, so I think Iridomyrmex would be a good one for me.
Oh, Jash is on here.
Isn't that the guy who runs the Discord?
The Ant Discord.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got any more questions?
Oh my gosh, there's heaps. Thank you, and I also got some too.
How many people are on? I'm just curious. How many people? Like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20?
Oh, there was 20 watching before, but there's 18 right. Yeah, so I think that pretty much wraps it up. Oh, we have to explain about the podcast. Hopefully enough people are here.
Oh, big news. We, me, Nick, who's over at AntMate, and Eli, we are going to be doing an ant cast, an ant podcast for you guys, where we're going to be talking about all kinds of subjects, from nuptial flights, from like feeding techniques, everything basically ant. We're going to have some special guests every once in a while. It's going to be really fun. I think it's going to be good for you if you guys are on a long car trip and you just want to hear stuff about ants. So I think it's going to be really fun to make, and we're going to talk about all kinds of useful stuff for you guys. So make sure you definitely go check out our podcast. We actually finished up our first audio for that, so that's going to be edited and up soon on one of our channels. So we hope you guys check it out. We'll leave more details and everything at the end of our next video. So when we give more updates. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Eli?
No, just pretty much subscribe to Antmate, Ants International, Ant Invasion, because we will be uploading it on one of our channels. We're not sure which one yet. Maybe Ants International might inform you in the next video, but yeah, just go check that out. It should be a really good video.
Alright, guys, so I've got to get going. I actually have something happening. It was really awesome to hear all your awesome questions, as always, but I think that's really going to be it for this video, guys. And yeah, thanks so much for watching.
James?
Alright, I think that stopped it.
Yep.
Oh, stopped? Okay, it stopped. Nice. Alright, we good.
Okay. Wait.
Yay! Now I'm gonna end the video. And yeah, I gotta do the Still going?
Wait, is it?
Whoa. Oh no! God dang it. This always happens. Oh crud.
Oh yes, that hasn't ended.
Oh, whoa. That's not good. Sorry guys. Well, looks like the live stream has not ended yet. Whoops. Live control room.
Yep.
This
still
isn't embarrassing. Wow. This is what I hate about YouTube, everyone. Probably gonna be getting comments right now saying, "Hey, dude, your video's still going. What are you doing?"
Not ended. Lol.
Oh, what are you doing? Do you even know how to live stream? Piss me off.
Ants are great. James can't keep the stream going. He has to go somewhere.
I actually have to go, guys. This is totally not embarrassing.
They're saying heaps of stuff, saying nice paintings.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the nice comments. Wow, you guys are very nice. Why isn't it stopping, dude? Like, this is kind of getting a bit annoying, actually. Well, guys, this is what happens when you try doing a live stream. Here it is. No, wait. Here we go. I'm very sorry about that, guys. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. I hate YouTube live stream because it always messes everything up. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.